Death Poker. Welcome to the Death Poker tutorial video on the 14th of March 2022. Death Poker is a game of poker-ish. Every card in the deck is a poker card. Diamond of 7, 3 of diamonds, 10 of diamonds. So you could basically play a basic game with any deck, but then again in Death Poker you have features which are all unique in this deck. So there is no card of the same type and there's no feature of the same type either. So we have a lot of feature salad here. Now, just like in normal poker, first thing to do, deal cards. I'll simulate a two-player game. Let's go. So the first thing to avoid feeling confused is to look simply what kind of poker hand you have. A Jack, 2, 7, 8, 6. Nothing too special, is it? The second thing is to look what kind of number ones, which are these Roman number ones I have. Because the Roman ones you use when you have your first turn. Anyway, I'm the dealer, so I'm just gonna look at the other hand actually first. So they have a queen, 3, a pair of 3s, 5 and a jack. A card under this jack becomes a jack also. So I could make this 5 a jack by that. So we would already have 2 pairs. This is one of the very powerful cards in this version of the game, and it's definitely a keeper. This card is a goal card, so if that goal would fill, that would be important also at this point, but that's the only diamond I have, so probably I won't bet on getting 3 diamonds and keep that card because of that. So anyway, first read, poker hand. 2 pairs at the moment. Second read, what kind of number ones do I have? Now, I could steal a card from my opponent, give them a card back, so we're back to 5 cards each, and then do a normal swap, which is in Death Poker, 0 to 4 cards from the deck. Or I could swap first, and then look at the top cards of the deck, and make sure that my opponent doesn't get a joker too easy, for example. So I would say that in this situation the only good option would be steal a card, give a card back. I'll steal the top card, going up to 6 cards. I get a pair of jacks. Now remember that this jack makes another card, a jack under it, and that therefore we can make a jack, jack, jack. So this would be a full house already. I'll try to keep the cards in the camera view, which a little bit heavy-heartedly leads me into giving the diamond call away. But I will just do that and say I won't swap anything, which would be a dangerous move sometimes, because usually people want to give death checks to people who don't swap their cards too much. Anyway, it's a 2-player game, so maybe that's a good thing. The other player we already had a look at. They lost their jack, they got something else back. They're wondering what's going on the other side. Maybe they think, oh, look, I got a diamond goal, I have 2 diamonds. If I swap 3 cards like this, I probably get 1 more diamond, and at least if they win, I can get a point myself for the diamond. So that would be 1-1, and I could just start the game like that. But let's have a look at the number ones first. Give a death check to another player. Make a Hold'em from your hand. So Hold'em would be a card that's on the table, but it's still mine. Or give everybody Hold'ems and then do a swap. The other card also had a swap. Let's demonstrate death check. So I'm gonna announce, without showing this card, I'm just gonna give you a death check. It's a gentleman's game. You don't lie. They believe you that you had this death check card, and this player is out because it's black. But let's continue playing, imagining that it was red and they survived. So I gave this death check, but I still get to swap. Now I'm just gonna trust and keep these 2 diamonds because it's only one way from 1 point with the diamond victory. So death check failed. Let's bail to trying to get a 3rd diamond card. And there we go, 4 diamonds in total. So we fill the goal. Now back to the opponent. Now both players did their first turn, which was swapping cards and using the number 1s, stealing cards, whatever happened, giving death checks already. And now the player must declare their hand on the table. I could use a number 2, for example this one. However, this card, for example, isn't viable because it's the first player to go and there's nothing to copy. This is copying other features. But like we already saw before, they declare their hand as a full house. They must be honest about noting that they have a card that copies another or pastes on this jack to make the other card as a jack as well. And they're leading for the point that you always get for the best poker hand. Okay, discarding hold'ems. Well, I can already see that the opponent doesn't have 3 diamonds, which is good because then I would be the only person filling up the diamond goal, and therefore I just let them win for the poker hand and I take a side point for the diamond goal. So both players got 1 point. That was Death Poker in short, a 2-player version. We would play for 8 points. So the basic formula is 10 minus the amount of players. So 2-player game to 8 points, 3-player game to 7, and 4-player game a little bit shorter to 6 points. There's more to it, but that's the basic frame. Thank you.